Do you take responsibility for whatever my lady makes of the speed of the government's response in January, February, March of 2020?
Of course.
And the way in which the various moving parts of the government, the advisory committees, the departments, the agencies, and so on responded?
Of course.
Do you take responsibility for the lockdown decisions, whichever way they went, and their timeliness, whatever my lady makes of them? The manner in which patients were discharged from hospitals into the care sector?
Of course.
The explosion of the virus within the residential care sector? The general speed at which the restrictions were eased?
Yes.
The Eat Out to Help Out scheme? And then, latterly in 2020, the decision not to introduce a circuit breaker in September or October, or to introduce a tier system earlier when the prevalence of the virus was lower, for good or ill.
Yes, though we did have local restrictions from a very early date.
May I just ask you, please, this question? Also, you refer to mistakes. It's very important that the inquiry understands to what extent it's accepted that there were mistakes, as opposed to an acceptance that with hindsight, the government could have done better. Do you mean there were failings, things or decisions that you got avoidably wrong, whether because they were the wrong decisions or because your management and leadership meant that the right decisions were less likely to be taken? Do you mean with hindsight, you just could have done better?
That's a sort of deterministic question, isn't it?
Well, it's important.
I think the answer is that with hindsight, it may be easy to see things that we could have done differently, or it may be possible to see things that we could have done differently. At the time, I felt, and I know that everybody else felt, that we were doing our best in very difficult circumstances to protect life and protect the NHS.